All right, so check it out. You know, if you're seeing my face, it's likely I've got another new inventory showcase video for you guys, and that is true today. I am live here at my humble abode in Jasper, Georgia. It's a late October day, beautiful fall day, best time of year, football, weather, food, all the good things. So excited for this time of year, excited to show you off what I have in front of me here. It's going to be a 200 series LX, 2013. And for those of you who watch my videos and pay attention, you know that I'm a stickler for low ownership and great service history. This car falls in both of those categories. It's a really nice, clean car, and I'm excited to show it off. It's been a little while since I've had a 200 LX, and I've had a lot of calls asking about them, quite honestly, and they've been really hard to buy here recently. So without further ado, let me spin the camera around, show you what I got, and we're going to start our video here. And here we are, not the Mustang. Here we are. So again, 2013 200 series LX570. This car has 146,900 and I think it was 79 miles. So it's getting ready to roll 147. It will likely sell under 147. This is a one owner car. It's been in the Houston, Texas area since new, and it's been serviced at Lexus since new. Westside Lexus, I believe, is where it came from. They're in the Houston area. So always exciting to show off these, low ownership, great service history examples. That's going to be important for most of you, especially moving forward. It's always good to have service history on a car, but especially when it's one owner, well-documented service history, so that the second owner can then kind of buy this vehicle and they can kind of go off what the first seller did. Oftentimes when you get 2, 3, 4 owner cars, oftentimes the service history is spotty, and you will not see very informative lines on the Carfax, meaning you will just see something that says, vehicle serviced, oil change performed, things like that. Luckily, when these are done at Lexus, like this car was, you get very detailed lines, and this has, again, great service history with it. So, yeah, so I'm going to start the video out showing you what comes with the vehicle. And then we will hop inside, do our monitors, we'll check the active height control, all of our lighting, the undercarriage while it's inside, and then we will pull it outside and do our normal exterior, interior, and drivability video. So without further ado, let's get going. All right, so here we are. This is going to be everything accessory-wise that comes with the vehicle. As you can see right here, we do have a complete toolkit, so nothing's missing there. Everything is good, and the jack's in the car, which I will show here in a little while. There is our wheel lock. Just want to showcase this vehicle does have wheel locks on it, and we do have the wheel lock present, so that will be in the car. Do have your 2 Lexus headphones for the DVD. You will see where they wear, and that is common. These Lexus headphones are going to wear. I kind of was on the fence about just putting these in the trash and selling it without it, but I figured those are the OE factory headphones, and I will let the new buyer make that decision. So this is our factory first aid kit. I didn't want to take it out of this because it's actually a pain in the butt to get back in here, so I just took everything out of the car. So that's why you're seeing that looking like that. Only have one key to the vehicle, key fob obviously, and do have a full set of books here. So that is what comes with the vehicle, and let's get going on the monitors and all the active height control inside that we're going to do, and then we'll pull it outside and get rolling. All right, let's get these monitors going. And as we can see here, I have had the car running. I've moved it around a little bit, so it's not quite a cold start. But nonetheless, we don't have any warning lights on or anything like that. You do have your door open light on, the seatbelt and the park assist light on. As you can see, 146,979 miles, just like I was thinking. And get my foot out from under here. Here we are with our monitors. And as we see, we've got 9 monitors that are all green, ready to be tested. And we have no powertrain DTCs or good Lord, Chris, freeze frame data stored in the vehicle. So this car will pass emissions, all 50 states. Nothing to worry about there, ready to roll. So first thing I'm gonna do here is, as we can see right here, we are in the neutral setting for the active height control. We're gonna come right over here. We're gonna bump it up. We're gonna get up into the high position. As you can see, it's flashing high, so it's gonna take a few seconds to get up in that high position. Once it is in that position, the high will stay lit. It will not blink anymore. There you go. We are in the high position. And that is what it looks like in the high position. Plenty of ground clearance, and such a cool feature, obviously, that Lexus has been doing since the 100 series. This is the second generation, obviously, of the active height control, and works really, really well. You don't see a lot of problems with the second generation active height control. You really don't see a lot of problems with the first generation. But the few problems you do see on the 100s, you don't see that on the 200s. All right, so let's take a look at our undercarriage while I've got it in the high position. Look how nice everything looks under here. I mean, absolutely zero rust, even on all the aluminum bolts, as you can see there. Everything looks really nice. Spare tires not rusted, or the wheel I should say. And as you can see, that's a new Latitude right there. New Michelin Latitude, I should say. And that's what's on the car, and we will go over that here once I get it outside. Look how nice everything looks under here. There's our accumulators, or our globes, as some people like to call them. Look how nice the gas tank skid plate looks. Zero rust on this car. These one-owner rust-free cars are becoming harder and harder to find. So for me, it's exciting to get these cars, to be able to show them off. Power steering rack's not leaking. CV axle looks great. And we don't have any rust going on in here, under here. Skid plate looks awesome. CV axle is not torn, not leaking, and power steering rack looks great. That's how you want it to look. That is how you want a Land Cruiser to look. All right, so while we're in this position, let me go ahead and show off the LED runners. Working as they should be. So we will turn the lights on, and the brights are on, so let me turn those off real quick. All right, so there you have it. We do have a functional working set of headlights. HID, halogen. That's how the 2013s roll. 2014 got the LED fog lights, which some of you may or may not know, but 2013 is the only year of the .2s to have the halogen lights in the fog lights. So that's an easy fix though, by the way. Coming around the back, we do have 2 working tail lights, both sides, and we do have 2 working LED lights for your license plate. Let me fire back up those bright lights. As you see, they both are on. Fog lights automatically turn off when you turn the high beams on. So no issues there. And lastly, regarding lights, we will do our left blinker, which is working. Our signal in the mirror is working. And the left side rear is also working. Right rear blinker is working. Check our mirror signal, which is also working. And the right front is also working. So we don't have any issues with lighting on the vehicle. Let's turn that off, and we are still in the high position, as you see. I'm going to come back down to the neutral setting. As you see, we are now in the neutral. We're going to bump it down to low so everybody can see what it looks like in low. And all these 200s will fall into, there we are, they will fall into their settings regarding active height control much faster as you lower it versus when you raise it. Takes a little more time when you raise it, a lot less time when you don't. So here we are in the low position. As you can see, what a difference. Looks like it's sitting on the ground. Looks like an old Range Rover with a blown out suspension. So yeah, everything looks fantastic there. We're going to bump back to the neutral position. And then I'll get out and show everybody what we're looking like. And there we are. And this is going to be your normal driving position for those of you that don't know. Once you get over 10 miles an hour, the car will level itself out. So whether you're in the low setting or high setting, this will be your normal driving setting. You cannot drive in low or high. So yeah, we don't have any issues with the active height control. Everything works there. We've been over our monitors. We did the undercarriage and all of our lighting. So let's get this thing outside and start the best part of the video, the exterior and interior, and I'm excited to show it off. This thing is really clean inside and out and shows really well. So let's go. One more quick thing that I'd like to do before I pull it outside. Obviously it's off now. This car does have factory remote start, so I'm going to showcase that right now. As you see, here's our key fob. The way to activate any Toyota or Lexus factory remote start is to hit lock 3 times on your key or your fob, hold it on the 3rd time, and it will give you a feedback and then it will start. So there you have it. Another thing to point out, door lock actuators. I know most of you know I go over those in all of my videos, and all Toyotas have common door lock actuator issues. That's what keeps the door locked. So the way to test that on any Toyota or Lexus is to lock the car, and you can actually walk to the door handles, pull the door handles. If the car's locked but a door opens, then you know that door lock actuator is bad. The only issue is on cars that are keyless entry, so cars that you can keep a key fob in your pocket, walk up to the door handle and pull it, you can't do that with. But what you can do is you can lock it. And when you lock it, if you do not get that beep feedback, you know you've got a lock actuator out somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the factory remote off. And as you just heard, you heard the lock feedback, but I'm going to do it again. So there you go. You got your beep feedback. Now again, if there was a door lock actuator that had failed on this car, you would not hear that beep feedback when you go to lock it. So we're good to go there. So that takes care of the factory remote start, and we're good on door lock actuators. Now let's get it outside. All right, so here we are. Let me hop up on the roof and start there. As we can see, we don't have any pitting, any kind of peeling, anything going on the main part of this roof. Everything looks really nice up here. Our crossbars are intact. We don't have any damage. So everything looks good there. There is one spot here on this spoiler that you can see. Well, let me do something here. There we go. So you can see there's two little spots right here that have been touched up, and then there's a long scratch that runs all the way to where the spoiler meets the roof of the car. Again, it's been touched up, but it is there. There's not any damage, as you can see, but just a scratch. So I didn't want to forget showing that. And we'll start back over here at the front. And here we have all our armor. As you can see, everything sounds normal, looks really nice under here. Hood pads fully intact, not peeling or coming apart like some of them do. A little different looking under there than the Land Cruisers. All right, so on to the body. This front bumper has not been painted. It was touched up by our guy, and I will go over that here right now. As you see, you can kind of see there's a little touch up, there's a little touch up. Everything is really minor on the front bumper of this car. I didn't paint it because it actually looks really nice. You can kind of see some of the touch up right along there, and it's always going to look a little bit brighter just because this is a 3-stage pearl, and you're never going to have that touch-up paint look like the pearl. It's too hard to replicate, so you're always going to see a little color difference there. But that's a great shot of the bumper. You can see it's not messed up. You know, there's no damage or anything like that. Just your normal touch-up in and across the bumper. Again, this is all very minor in my opinion. But I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Headlights are in fantastic shape. We don't have any cracking or peeling or fading or anything going on here. They look really nice. Same thing with the grille, and believe it or not, our radar cruise control, the emblem, those are pretty susceptible to fading, but not this one. It looks great. Front facing camera is not cracked and it works properly, and we'll go over that here shortly. Passenger side headlight, just like the driver's side, not any fading or cracking or anything going on there. Everything looks really nice in the way that it should. So coming up here to the hood, a few little minor touch-up spots, kind of like the front bumper. This will be a good shot. There's a few little spots as I move my finger along here, but as you see, for the most part, it's all very, very, very minor and very small. Even standing back 2 feet, you're not going to see that stuff. Now it's going to be kind of hard to see, but the rest of the hood looks great, other than that very front portion of the hood. But again, as you see, it's very minor. There's a great shot of the hood. Really, really great condition on this car overall. Specifically, the interior. Outside's nice, obviously, but the inside is really, really nice. So I'm excited to show that off here momentarily. Do a quick walk down the side of the car. There's no dents, no damage, no nothing going on over here. Everything is as it's supposed to be. Other than the front bumper and the hood, there's really not a lot of touch up on this car, so you're not going to see me pointing out a lot of things. There's a great shot down the side. You can see how nice everything looks. Look how nice all our chrome looks here on our lower belt moldings. Look how nice the step bar looks. No issues there. Alright, let me hit this wheel. So this is the left front wheel, obviously. These wheels have been painted. I did have my guy paint these wheels. They were streaking, where somebody had sprayed some degreaser or something on the wheel that they will streak. If you're in the market for a 200 570, there's going to be other ones on the market that will streak, and you will see what I'm saying. So, but went ahead and had him fix them, and so they look perfect. It's not any damage or any gouging or anything like that going on. As we can see, we do have a fantastic set of Michelin Latitude Tours on this car, and there is a ton of life left on these tires. So looking at our driver's mirror, everything looks great. Our turn signal is not cracked. It's fairly common to see them cracked. Mirror's intact, no issues there. Do have a tiny little touch-up spot right here. As we move along the rail, you know I'm going to be looking for dents. Obviously, I know there are none. But just pointing out things you want to pay attention to if you're in the market for one of these. Everything looks really nice here. Come back down here. There are a few touch-up spots right here. You can see that there's a longer scratch. And I think that's wax that I am getting off as we speak. Yes, that's coming off, as you can see. So really just this, you can see reference-wise, not a huge scratch, but it is there. And it has been touched up, so there's not anything to worry about as far as that goes. That's really all I have to point out on this side of the car. I mean, genuinely, it looks really nice. So here's our left rear wheel. Just like the left front, it also got painted. All four wheels got done. As you can see, they look new. No damage, no curbing, no nothing going on there. And tons of life left on the Latitudes. This is what you typically will get with a one-owner car. Not all the time, but typically. And I did do some things to this car to obviously get it to where it is, but typically one owner cars are cared for a little bit differently than other cars. Typically, not all the time. I did paint this rear bumper. And it had some scratching and a minor dent right above the reflector right here, so I just went ahead and had that done. Came out great and it looks fantastic. So our lower gate looks awesome. No damage, nothing going on back here. Taillights look awesome. Our upper gate looks great. Kind of hard to see because it's white, but it all looks really nice. Two things I'll point out: the chrome trim right here above the license plate. You can see there's a little bit of gouging that happened at some point. Take a step back, you can see it's very minor. It does not go onto the body, thankfully. And there are no dents right there or anything like that. Clearly, as you can see, it's just a superficial little scratch right there. And then on the rear bumper molding right here, you can see that this has come up out of its normal position just a tad, as you can see right there. It's not going anywhere, but that is happening. Again, not anything to worry about. It's not going to come off or anything like that, but it is there. So let's see what we got back here. First of all, look how nice all of our jams look, or all of our jam looks. Really, a lot of times you'll see a lot of scratches and scuffing going on up here on this top part of the lower gate. I mean, look how nice everything looks. Back here was used very, very lightly. And I'll go over that here shortly. Want to check our spot welds. And we do have all of our factory spot welds as we work up the right quarter panel. The upper gate, looking at our bolts, never been turned. Never been turned. All our seam seal looks really nice. Coming down the quarter panel, we can see our factory spot welds. One here, got one behind the shock, one here, one up here, and then you have your last one right here. So everything looks as it should there. We're looking at our factory, we're gonna look at our seam seal right here, and we're gonna look at that all the way across this lower gate. As you can see, everything looks awesome. No issues there, as we see here, coming back here. So everything looks great there. This side over here. Everything looks good. So, moving on to our storage. As you can see, it's empty. And we know we got the toolkit over here that I've already shown. I'm not going to open it up or take it out, but it is there. And then the one thing I did not, there's our first aid kit, and I think you can see why I didn't take it out, but the jack is hidden in there. So you'll be able to get your spare down if you ever need that. Now, look how nice all of our carpet looks back here. Look how nice all of this plastic is. You know, obviously people use these. And, I mean, there's no scratching, no scuffing, no nothing going on. I mean, if you really want to nitpick, there is one little spot right here and right here. Outside of that, that's all I got. Look how nice our seat belts look. I mean, they look brand new. Same thing over here. Seatbelt looks brand new. This cargo mat looks new. Carpet underneath the mat looks great. Bottom of the third row seats are dang near perfect. You know, very common thing on these 200s before 2016 is the backs of these seats. It is all foam and they get dented. Look how nice everything looks back here on the backs of those seats. Coming over here to the right rear third row seat, much like the other side, there is a little bit of something has hit the seat right there. It's very minor again, but looks really nice back here. Really clean car. You know, these Parchment interior cars, I'm pretty specific on them. You know, and once they get beat up or really dirty, they can be hard to bring back to life. And this car shows really, really well. Third row seats work as they should. Look how nice all of our trim looks right here. Same thing on this side. Again, look at the seat belts. Look how new they look. You get those seat belts dirty, you're not doing anything with them. So one thing that is missing, this thing holds a little net, a cargo net for groceries. This one's missing over here, and I'm having a hard time finding one, believe it or not. So this will be sold like that. I just want to make everybody aware of that. Let's take a look at the back of these third row seats. First thing we'll do is unzip to make sure we got our middle headrest in here, which we do, and that obviously goes right here. Yeah, this thing shows really, really well. And I'm gonna show off the third row real quick. So as we see, we do have our little indentions from the seat belts, from these seats being down, which we all know if you're looking, you're gonna see that on pretty much every 200 made from 08 to 21. But the seats are in great shape, don't look like they've been sat in much, which is pretty typical. Again, here's the back of our second row seat. Look how nice everything looks. The wood right here, you can see it does have a few little minor scratches, scuffs. They're really not scratches, it's not gouged, but those are there. All right, so let me spin this thing around and we will knock out the other side. All right, so here we go. I got it spun around. Wanted to refold these seats down real quick. And we're gonna fold them up, just so you know that they fold up. I know everybody saw them fold down, but wanted to make sure everybody saw them fold up. So, power gate. Works as it should. Much like the other side, you are going to get the same thing over here. A really, really nice, clean, white car. So we'll look down the rail again. I know this is going to be hard to see. But there is no damage, there's no dents. Maybe you might be able to get a good shot here as I come back up. The goal there is just to show there's no damage, and again, there are no dents. I had my dent guy come and just take all the minor little door dings out already, as we know, as I typically do. So you can see right here on this rear bumper, you can see where I had it repaired. If I can get this straight. This bumper, the bracket that's behind there does not want to cooperate, as you can see. And the side of the bumper sticks out, I mean, just a hair. I mean, very, very minor. That's a good shot of it. And it's just up here. It's obviously not down here. And that's from where we had everything repaired right here. Other than that, honestly, not much to talk about down this side either. Step bar looks great. All of our moldings look fantastic. Here is our mirror. Everything looks great over here. Lens is not cracked. Glass looks good, and our side camera looks perfect. No issues there. Let me hit these wheels. So right rear wheel, just like the other side, have been repaired, and they look great. No damage, no peeling, no curbing, none of that going on. Tons of life left on the Latitudes. Same thing on the right front. And you might wonder why I'm not showing any touch-up on this right side, and that's really because there is not a lot of touch-up. I'm walking looking for it, and I just don't see a lot of it. I don't see anything really worth pointing out, I should say. Look how nice our dog leg looks. Everything looks great down there, so... yeah, overall, really, really clean car. Really happy the way this car turned out. It looks fantastic. The white clean, it's hard to beat that. All right, so we'll get going on this interior. Right front door panel. Guys, if you know, as I spoke on, this Parchment interior is very hard to keep clean. And if it's not maintained properly, it's gonna show. And it's very hard to get these things back to what I would consider as like new as possible. That is not the story with this car, though. This car looks incredible, and I'm gonna showcase that now. So we all know that I'm a stickler for my edges where seat belts like to get caught on door panels, but look how nice everything looks up here. Top of the door panel looks great. None of the wood's peeling or cracking or lifting. Look how nice our pull looks right here. People oftentimes, fingernails, things like that, tend to scratch that up, but look how nice everything looks right there. Same thing with our wood. We don't have any issues with cracking or peeling or fading or anything like that. No scuffing going on down here, which is kind of uncommon. I mean, it just looks really, really nice. here's our jam. Look how nice everything looks in our jam. We don't have any seatbelt marks or anything going on. Chrome kick plate looks great. Factory brown Lexus mats. Carpet looks great under here. Look how nice the glove box looks. You don't have any scratching or anything like that going on. Try to get this mat back in here. No lifting, no discoloration on our chrome up here. These are known to peel. Just everything looks great. All of our carpet down here looks really nice. Look how nice all our seat plastic looks. This seat, I mean, it doesn't look like it's been sat in much at all. Very nice. Look at the side of the console. We don't have any marking going on from this seatbelt buckle. Top of the console is really, really nice looking. There's not much to say. Take a look at this headliner real quick. All right, so the seat does come forward, does come back, and if I can get this to stand still, it does recline, and it does come back up. So I don't have any issues there. It's right rear door panel. So, as I spoke on, this might be the worst part of the car. You can see here, this is kind of what I like to talk about. This material is very thin, so you know you can't really repair it. There's not a way to repair it. Pretty minor what's going on here, but just want everybody to know you do have a little scuffing going on there. Clearly something happened. Let me stand back and give you a better idea of how small it is. It's very small, very minor. The rest of the door panel looks fantastic. Armrest, door pull, all of our wood grain, everything looks really nice up here, matching the front. How nice this jam looks back here. And I'm specifically referring to this part of the jam. Looks awesome. Kick plate's in great shape. Carpet looks good. We will slide this seat forward and we'll slide it back. All right. See if I can get this to work properly. There we go. Carpet looks great under here. As we can see, our DVD is on and working. There's a little dent on the back of the seat. Again, the back of these seats are also foam like the third row, but other than that, they look really, really nice. Look how nice the headliner looks. Again, that's a, you know, the headliners get dirty. It's hard to get those straight again. These rear seats show very little use. Really nothing to say about these rear seats. And what makes that really evident, some of you might say, yeah, right, Chris, there's no way the seats haven't been sat in. But one thing I will point out is look at these seat belts. You don't get these seat belts looking brand new if they've had a bunch of use. Carpet underneath the right rear seat. Everything looks awesome there. Right rear seat itself looks great, or the back of it, I should say. Let me pull down the armrest and showcase that. Cup holder works, everything's intact, no issues there. Do not have a DVD remote. As you can see, it's supposed to be right here. It is missing, so this car will not have a DVD remote. Look how nice the back of the console looks. All of our volume knobs are both intact. And as you can see, we're able to toggle through all of our settings. And our registers are not broken. Look how nice the back of the console is right there. Just a really, really well-kept LX here. All right, let me spin it around. We'll start on the other side. So left rear door panel, we don't have any damage, anything going on here on our edges. Everything looks great. No scuffing, nothing. There weren't a bunch of people getting in and out of here. It's pretty obvious. How nice all of our armrest and everything looks. Door pull itself, leather feels great. The semi-aniline leather in these luxury cars is the only way to go. Same thing over here. Look how nice the jam looks. Somebody wiped something, probably happened at detail, degreaser or something, so part of that sticker's starting to pull the ink off, but nonetheless, the sticker's replaceable. Look how nice the jam is. Our carpet, our kick plate, step into the rear. That seat belt. Same thing with this one. They literally look new. All right, let's slide the seat forward, and it does come back. That seat's a lot heavier than the other side. So carpet under the left rear and middle seat, as we can see. Again, I know we already looked at this, but I'll do a quick pass again. Back of the driver's seat, DVD is on and working, as it should. Look how nice the back of the driver's seat is. Carpet's in great shape. Look how nice again the headliner all looks back here. onto the driver's door. Do have a little repair right there at some point, or something happened right here and right here. Very minor, and there's no existing damage or anything like that. Look how nice the bottom of our door panel is down here. It's not super scuffed up. It's not a bunch of damage or anything going on in here. Armrest, door pull itself, all looks great. We don't have any lifting going on here with our wood grain. I think it's probably safe to say a little old lady drove this car. Very, very little wear going on here with this driver's seat. Look how nice everything looks over here. No scratching or anything going on. Again, the console itself, I know I've looked at that like 10 times. But needless to say, jam, kick plate, carpet, normal wear spot there looks great. Let's get this mat up. Carpet under the mat looks fantastic. All right. Seat does come forward, does go back, and does recline. And it does come back up. Heated steering wheel, traction control off, AFS off, which that's your swiveling headlights. And then this opens the rear hatch. And we'll close it. Sweet. All right. Let's hit these mirrors. So as we see, our mirrors are out. And I'm going to fold them in. And we'll go back out. All right, we're gonna move the mirror out, down, in, and back up. Same thing with the driver's side, out, down, in, back up. So everything works there as it should. Let's hit our blinkers. Left blinker, right blinker. I know we did this in the warehouse. Horn, yep. Windshield wipers. I'm definitely not going to spray the windshield, but it does work. Steering wheel does go up, does come back down, comes out to me, and it does go back in. So everything works there as it should. We can toggle through the display on the instrument cluster. As you see, we are moving through everything now. And then obviously we can control volume. Not going to turn that up, as you know. I don't want to get copyrighted. All right, let's get this thing to turn around the way that I want it to. All right, so in the bag, whoa, hang on one second. My trusty old gimbal just decided to do what it wanted to do and not what I wanted to do. In the bag are the headphones that I showed, and I have them in a bag because I don't want that stuff coming apart inside the car. Here is the cool box. I'm sure you can hear it, and it works as it should. All right, let's straighten this up. There we go. All right, cup holder lid. Look how nice all this looks. I mean, this is a common wear spot on all 200s. Look how nice everything looks. Do have our divider intact, working as it should. Oh, maybe not. All right, well, I got to get a divider. Yeah, that's not right. As you can see the other side, you can hear it click, and it's only going to come out to here. So I'll get another divider, and that will be fixed. That's the first time I've noticed that. So yeah, that's why we do these videos. Okay, come on, thing. Sorry guys, having some trouble with my gimbal right now. Okay, so as we see, we already went through the active height control. This is going to toggle between your suspension settings, how firm or how soft you like it. I like it right in the middle. This is going to control your, obviously, your modes for your multi-terrain select and your crawl control. We'll kind of go over that in a second, and then we will engage 4 low here in just a minute. But nonetheless, let's look at our center stack here. Look how nice everything looks there. Another common wear area. Oftentimes at this point, this little door will not open on most of these cars, but everything works as it should there. Really, really nice condition here. Very neutral smelling in this car. As you can see, cigarette lighter's never been used. Who smokes in their car if they did smoke anyway and uses an ashtray? Cooled seat, heated seat. Boy, this thing is struggling today. Cooled seat, heated seat. Look how nice everything looks up here. I mean, just really, really nice condition, this car. Those one-owner cars, baby.
Bold shredded pepperoni.
All right, we know the radio works. That's all you guys get. Let me scan through some stations so you can see I can do that. I can go FM, satellite, and as you see here, we have disc. I don't have any CDs. Bluetooth audio. We will keep going. And you will see rear. That controls your rear DVD, which I'm going to turn off right now. So everything works there as it should. This is where we can change all of our sound settings. All of our surround. It's already on. Here's all our settings. So you get the idea there. All of this works as it should. Here's our map. I'm going to zoom out. We will come back in. Backup camera. Looking good. Let's go ahead and show the front-facing camera. You do have down the right side, and we're going to toggle between that itself. And I'm going to put it in park. As you see, we can easily toggle back and forth. I don't like it on the auto setting. Let's hit the climate control. Turn off 4-zone. Now I control driver and passenger. And we will stick with it on the floor. Front defrost does work. Rear defrost does work. As you see, rear air is on. If there was an issue there, you'd get blinking there going on. FYI. So here we got our power door on-off switch, rear side curtain airbags on-off, center diff lock, and this is the easy access feature to get in and out of the car. You have your front-facing camera, and then you do have your front and rear park assist that you can turn on and off. All right, so let's look at the sunroof, and we are tilted up right now. I'm going to come down and I'm going to one-touch it open. Same thing to close it. Cool. All right, I think we're ready to spin this thing around and do a little driving here. So, all right, so I got a tag and my glasses, so we are gonna engage 4 low before we head out of here. As you can see, I'm in neutral, and I'm just going to toggle back our selector, and we can see that we are now in 4 low. Here's all our multi-terrain select settings, and as I said, you use this right here to kind of toggle through those. So we'll go through those. As you see here, no issues, everything works as it should. And so same thing to disengage 4 low. We're still in neutral. We're gonna bump back here, and we're gonna come back up here, and as you see, 4 low is gone. Multi-terrain select is gone, so we're back in 4 high, and everything works as it should there. So let's head on down the road, see what we got here. So I like to listen for any unusual drivetrain noises, which you can get wheel bearing issues, input shaft issues on the transfer case, things like that, that aren't a big deal to deal with, but they can be costly. And obviously I know most of you know that I've already done my extended driving on all of these cars and know that there's not any issues because I would have already fixed it. But for transparency reasons, I am going to do this for you guys. And here we go. Very quiet in here, as you can hear. No wheel bearing noise, no odd transfer case noises. Steering wheel, I don't have my hands on the steering wheel. Everything is no vibration, no shaking. We're gonna get on the brakes, watch for the steering wheel to shake. Nothing. Brakes feel fantastic. As you can see, I just came to a pretty hard stop. No rotor shake, no vibration, nothing odd going on there. All right, here we go. Let's hold on to our britches. thing's going to be at a great price point, and all around condition, mechanically, ownership, everything about this thing is right. I'm going to try to take my hand off the steering wheel here. Car tracks nice and straight, no shake on the steering wheel at all. And we're going to come back on the brakes. Notice the steering wheel, it's nice and straight, no vibration other than me moving it. Everything feels fantastic. This thing drives great. A lot of people don't like to pay up for Michelins. Yeah, about that. Not only do they last sometimes 2-3 times as long as other discount tires, nothing is going to ride like a Michelin. Nothing. Believe me, I've driven every possible 200 with every configuration you could think. You're just not going to get the same ride you get with the Michelin. So, and here we are back. So how many miles did we add? We added 2 miles, so it's still going to sell under 147, as I said. And there you have it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. We've already been over the factory remote start and the door lock actuators, so nothing to worry about there. Again, really nice, clean, really good mileage on a 2013. We're approaching 12 years old on this car. Just over 146,000 miles. This is a one-owner car from the Houston, Texas area. And am excited to work with one of you, hopefully, moving forward. If you have any questions, you guys know how to get me. Chris@HilsonLuxury.com. You can call me at 678-454-6060. Please make sure you like and subscribe to stay up to date on our newest inventory and the projects we're working on in the background. And we'll see you on the next one.